Okay, here we are. Looks like we are back. I was getting kind of worried for a minute. Hi, I'm Janice Haynes. I'm the owner of Detroit Book City, and welcome to our pre-holiday book sale. We are excited to come to you this morning to introduce you to some trending Black books that will empower you, that will strengthen you, and that will take you to the next level in this revolution that we're going through. We had some problems logging in at 11. I'm not sure what went on, but I tell you one thing, my patience was tested. We're going to talk about the African proverbs today. I'm not talking about patience, okay? I thought I was going to lose it, but thank God for grace and mercy that He gave me patience to reboot this thing and start it again. So, welcome. If you're tuning in with us, let us know where you are coming in from in the chat. Right now, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for our pre-holiday book sale. We've been waiting for this all week. We're excited to show you guys some books today, okay? So, who are we? Let's talk about who we are as a bookstore. If you are live with us, I'm going to open up this little chat so I can see. Put your name in the chat. Let us know what city you are viewing us from. All right. My husband is here. Hey, babe. Anybody else in the chat? I know we're starting late. We apologize for the delay, but we had some technical difficulties that we, thank God, resolved. Chime on in. Let us know where you're from. This is a recording, so we will make sure that we repost it so you can watch it at a later time, so that you can shop our independent Black bookstore. But let me tell you who we are, okay? So let's go to our slide here real quick that I created. And let's go here. We're going to turn it off. Let's see. This QR code so we can see the screen here. And let's talk about who we are. First of all, again, I'm Janice Haynes, owner of Detroit Book City, along with my husband, Reginald. We are the owners of a small Black-owned, independent, travel, pop-up, social commerce bookstore. Yes, I said a whole lot because we used to be retail, but we closed that back in July 2023. We specialize and market primarily African American and culturally diverse books, media, and events. We carry new, used, gently used, rare, adult, children, Black books. We've been around since February 2017, and we host the African American Family Book Expo, the Juneteenth annual book fair, and the Holiday Book Fest, which is coming up next month on June the 7th. Like I said, many of you know that we did close our bookstore back in July 2023, and we decided to go outside, out in the world, and to bring books to the neighborhoods. That's our philosophy now, because we found that owning the retail in this day and age, it was the coolest thing. First of all, it was the coolest thing in the world. We had so much joy come through there. We had book signings. Brody was in there dancing for the kids. We did paint sessions with the kids, painting on canvas. Just a wonderful time. But we found in the summer months, people are outside, right? People are outside, and it was like a ghost town. Nobody was coming in. I was getting a little concerned. So we had to take a shift and revamp our marketing strategy. How do we continue to reach our people with our books? So of course, that good old spirit will lead the one that leads entrepreneurs every day. Said, take it outside. Take it outside. Find the outdoor events. We've been at several hot outside events over the years, but let's make it a norm now, because it's what's popping now. Pop-ups. Let's be real. It's pop-ups. I respect all the ones who still have their retail stores. Nothing, no shade whatsoever, because a lot of you are striving. And thriving. But this summer, what showed me that we made the right decision before we get to our sale is we popped up all over the place, from River Rouge, Tina's Pop-Ups. We did the Connections Marketplace on Grand River. We set up many times in a big tent over there and sold our books, and the community came out. City of Detroit, Total Access event. Shout out to you guys. We were at Spirit Plaza over the summer months several times at all the different parks that they have open again, at their summer music jams. We did the Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival. That was our third or fourth year hanging out in Southfield. At Easter Market. Oh my God, we were there 3 times over the summer for Easter Market. At the Easter Market, we did the City Central's Long Live Health Conference. We did the Black is Wellness, Health is Wealth Conference, and we did Detroit Book Fest, the largest book fair in Michigan. Wonderful time. So as you can see, we stay very, very, very busy, right? So here we are. Oh, and let me not forget, we did our final event in October at the Raw Space on West 6 Mile. Shout out to the Raw Space. We did an in-person book sale where we had $5 books and below and $5 books and up. So then we had several books. People came out and they supported it. So we are here for you guys to keep books alive in our community. And I'm going to let's jump right into our sale. Let's get busy. If you are just tuning in, welcome to Detroit Book City's pre-holiday book sale. We are excited that you guys are joining us, and we hope that you guys take on heed on some of these books that we're going to share with you today. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into our first book because I want to spend an hour. We're going to spend an hour today. So it'll be an hour worth of books. Okay. So let's move along here. I did mention the holiday book fair, but we'll get back to that. Let's go on to our sale right quick because I know people have things to do and we got a little late jump start. So here's the deal. Here are the rules. Okay. 15% off today. That's our discount code is book 15. If you use that in the checkout part of the book, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this going. Checkout part of the website. You'll get 15% off your order. All sales items are final. You'll get free bookmarks. Let's see if I can show you the free bookmarks. Okay, free bookmarks. This is the free bookmarks we're giving out with every single book that you order today. Okay, every book. So if you ordered 5 books, you get 5 bookmarks. One to go with each book. Okay, and $3.99 flat shipping, United States Postal Service. It's the most affordable way to ship your books to you. And if you're in Michigan, you'll get them fairly quick, no matter how large your order. So if you ordered 10 books, it's still going to be $3.99 flat shipping. And if you live in the neighborhood, we can deliver it to you. If you're in Oak Park, Southfield, or Northwest Detroit, we can deliver it to you at that rate as well. Order today, ship out Monday. Those are the deals, okay? So this sale starts today. It was started at 11. We started at 11:17, but it runs all the way through Friday, November the 15th. So you can, if you don't buy anything today, you can always watch the replay, and you can still order using that QR code and using the discount code, book 15. Okay, so if you got any questions during this spree, you can put them in the chat. Let's see. If you have questions afterwards, you can call us at 248-993-3844. We'll be available till 1 o'clock. And if you want to continue to shop with us and support us, you can go to bookshop.org, shop Detroit Book City. There's the link. And our main site is detroitbookcity.com. All right. I think those are all of our rules. Like I said, if you are tuning in, please let us know who you are in the chat. I should be able to see everybody's. Let's go to YouTube. If anybody's in the chat, yeah. Please let us know where you're chiming in from. And I hope you guys enjoy the selection that we have for you today. All right. The first thing I want to do is get into a little bit of Black history, right? We're going to start off our books with Black history. And we are going to share with you today Driving the Green Book. Driving the Green Book. This book was published in January 2023. It's a Black history traveler biography. From 1936 to 1967, millions relied on the Negro Motorist Green Book, the definitive guide to businesses where they could safely rest, eat, and sleep. Many call it a road trip. It's a road trip through living history of Black resistance. I'm sure you guys heard of the Green Book. We'll talk about it a little bit more after I go over the details here. But Alvin Hall is the author of the book. It's a hardcover. It's 288 pages of valuable information. In this book, he talks about traveling from New York to Detroit to New Orleans, visiting some of the motels, the restaurants, the shops, the stores where Black Americans once found a friendly welcome through their travels. You're going to learn about historical and cultural landmarks from the theaters to the nightclubs where the stars like Duke Ellington, Lena Horne performed, and the Lorraine Hotel where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. And the book contains 25 outstanding black and white pictures in it. So it's a wonderful book. It's a great holiday gift to your mom, to your young adult daughter, or your young adult son, to your neighbor. It's history, and it talks about the experiences and the challenges that we went through as a Black culture, traveling from south to north, trying to better our lives, in the northern states where there were opportunities for us, like, Ford Motor Company and just manufacturing jobs, the industrial era. It's a definitive guide to where some of the businesses were, that helped many of our people along their routes. Like I said, it's 288 pages. It's a wonderful book, 25 black and white images of pictures in it. And if you don't know who Alvin Hall is, he's an award-winning television and radio broadcaster, author, political activist, and financial educator. So if you click on the QR code here, let's talk about the original book though. This is the one that's been reprinted in 2023. So Alvin's getting a lot of his information from the original Green Book, which is Victor Hugo Green's book. That's why it's called Green Book, because this is his baby that he published back in 1936. Okay, this was the original travel guide right there. See the little copy of it up there in the corner? And people had these in their cars. I think we should create something like that today. It's was a popular book, and it expanded across destinations, lots of destinations across the country. So it's like an underground railroad in the book of how to stay safe. It was just a tumultuous time for us back then, and we cared about our people. We cared about our well-being in our travels, trying to better our lives. So it was definitely around the Harlem Renaissance time when there were a lot of riots and our communities were being burnt down to the ground, and the disparities was just, it's sad when we look at history. So there may be some moments on here when we look at these books and it may be sad moments for us, but it's our truth. And one thing about Black history, it does give you strength. It gives you resistance, and it makes you persevere when you realize what our ancestors had to go through. And hopefully that we won't have to go through that again. So Black history is very important. This is a wonderful book. And let's see, here's a couple more pictures from the book I want to share with you. Vernon Shaky Terry's Esco service station, one of the gas stations right here. It's in Arkansas. This is a guy who's sleeping under his own truck. He was a truck driver. In the accommodations back then, they did not allow Black Americans to reside in their hotels, so he had to sleep under his truck. Somebody got a snapshot picture of him back then. And then, of course, this is one of those famous pictures that's all the way around the world. Black man drinking at the water fountain, the only one that he was able to drink from. He couldn't drink from the upper class areas of those buildings. They had designated areas for us to drink water and eat food as well. So great book. Let's go back and look at the beginning again. It's called Driving the Green Book, a road trip through the living history of Black resistance. And I'm going to put the QR code up here right quick. This book is in stock. So if you buy it today, it will ship out on Monday. I'll leave the QR code up for 2 more minutes, and we're going to move on to our next top picks for holiday books as gift ideas. If you have any questions in the chat, any comments about this book, if you have it already in stock, let us know how you feel about it. If you're tuning in from across the country, let us know where you are. Put your name in the chat. All right, this is our first book. So happy this program is working correctly. Thank you, technical department, for getting us back. All right, so let's move on to our next book. Let's hide that and let's move forward. Our next book. Of course, we have to have a book for the young man in our family. You got a hip hop fan in your household, your nephews, your sons. This is a great gift ideal for them. Who does not like Biggie Smalls? I want to know who does not like Biggie Smalls. What era did you come from, right? Yeah. This album is dedicated to all the This book is dedicated to him, guys. To all the people that lived above the buildings when I was hustling from that call the police on when I was just trying to make some money. Biggie Smalls. And all the niggas in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna turn it down because I just want you guys to hear this. Listen to it. I used to read Word Up magazine, salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Now this book is 352 pages. It is a hardcover book we have in stock. Came out in May 2022, and it was written by Justin Tinsley. Justin Tinsley. It's a reported saga of the colorful life of Notorious B.I.G. Tinsley biography is where he tells a story about Biggie coming from the forces that shaped him and the legacy he has left behind. His rap life consisted of youth trouble, drug dealing, guns, prison, a giant hit record, the wealth and the international superstardom that came with it, then an early violent death. If I'm not mistaken, his first album he released was in it's called Ready to Die in 1994 when he was only 22 years old. And less than 3 years later, he was killed. Just days before they planned to release his second record, which was Life After Death. But this book, what I like about this book is the interviews in it. They're exclusive. They're from family members and, people who loved him as Christopher Wallace, not just Biggie Smalls. His neighbors, his childhood friends, his stylists, his DJs, the party promoters, just a little bit of everybody, the industry executives. They all got their input and they all got these. I like how Justin did the interviews with these individuals because they spoke about how nice of a guy he was. His music may have reflected rap and, the rough side of life, but underneath he was a big teddy bear. People loved him. And this book is the best book, that I've encountered that talks about Biggie Smalls. He's got all kind of things on the market from biographies, and he got TV programs and movies that depicted his life. But this book that Justin put together, this is a great one. It's a keepsake. It's a wonderful gift for young men in your family, 30 and 40-year-olds who still love his music. We all love his music. This book will go generation to generation to show how Black music is still alive and thriving, and how his music is, an impact, has a positive impact on some people. It's just unfortunate how it went down. A lot of things went on in the industry, and we know all that's coming to the surface right now, right? It's a big deal in the media right now. It's a lot of things going on that's kind of disturbing. There's some pictures of him back in the day when he first got started, and him and Tupac, how it talks about how they were really good friends and how, I want to say, the industry messed up their friendship. Fame and fortune messes you up. They didn't even get that far with it. But these are people that we have to recognize. This is our history. We can't erase this. This is something that we can, learn from. We have male figures in our lives that's growing up. We have baby boys, and, we can use these stories to help direct them so they'll have better lives, better lifestyles. More pictures of him. This is a picture of him and his son and his daughter, which I learned in the book, just briefing through it. I'm not going to tell you too much because you got to get the book. But they were close, believe it or not. Biggie raised them close, and the mothers kept them together with their grandmother. So, and they're still close today, and they're thriving today. They're both business owners, and so I know Biggie has to be proud of them. Picture of Faith, his first wife, only wife, which didn't last very long. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but didn't last very long. Industry stuff, messes up relationships. It's unfortunate. But they kept their kids together, and I'm very proud of that they were able to do that. It's important to children when we raise them. But this is a very good book. So, any more pictures on Biggie? Yep, and this is the final picture. Woo, this guy right here, he's in the media, isn't he? Oh, you reap what you sow. Things come around. What you sow in, it comes out. There's an African proverb for that. We'll get to that book soon. But this is the guy that many think, the reason of his death. I mean, I don't know. Read the book. It's very, very detailed. It's very, very exclusive. And Justin Tinsley did a great job at it. So go back to the first page. And I'm going to put the QR code up real quick for this. You like to buy his book? Here's the QR code. Remember, everything is 15% off. This book is $17, so you'll get 15% off as long as you put the code BOOK15 at the checkout, and you'll get 15% off, $3.99 flat shipping. Let me know what you think about Biggie's book. Has anybody watched the movie? Have you read another rendition of his book from someone else who wrote it? I tell you what, this is the best one that I can come across. And this reporter, I learned through my reading that he was put up to the challenge by his editor to do this. And it was during the 2020 pandemic. So a lot of books were written during 2020 that's out right now. And it came out in 2023. So 2022, I'm sorry. So it's a couple years old, but it's still fresh. Books never get old. I have some books here from 1950s from Black authors. So they never get old. There's no such thing as an outdated book. They call them backlist titles, but there's never a such thing as an outdated book. Books are everything in life. And Black books are trending right now. So there's the QR code. Come back to the recording if you want, because we're going to move on to our next book. Right. What do we have next? Alice Walker. Let's get Biggie off the screen. Alice Walker. This is a reprint. This book has a lot of history in it. Dating back to 1960s. It's a classic that explores the theories and practices of feminists and feminism, incorporating what Alice Walker calls womanist, the tradition of the Black woman. In this book, she talks about the depths of oppression when it comes to Black women. She looks at the highs and the lows of the civil rights movement, her political development, and the place of women's tradition in art. There are articles, there are essays, there are interviews, there are statements, there's poetry. 36 pieces in this book if you don't have it in your collection yet. And they were written between 1966 and 1982. And there are about other writers' accounts, like people like Langston and Hughes, the poet, Angela Davis and Zora Neale Hurston. Those people during the Harlem Renaissance when they were writing about our experiences. Some of the books that they call banned books now, books that they're trying to throw away or take out of existence. That won't happen. You can get all those books at Detroit Book City and all the Black bookstores across this country. Those books are our history. Those are the ones, James Baldwin, I can name a few other besides these few names, but they were sharing their emotions during some very oppressive times, and we were fighting and fighting and fighting for our freedom. We're still fighting for our freedom, and we're going to fight. We're just going to fight till the day we die. But I love this book because it's nostalgic. She talks about her revolutionary experience going to Cuba, and she opens up about her numerous visits there with Fidel Castro. So this is a wonderful book for mom if she doesn't have it on her bookshelf, for auntie if she don't have it on her bookshelf. If you have a coworker that you work with and she's an older woman, I would say older woman. When I say that, I say 50 up or 55 up, maybe even 60 up, She would really appreciate this book. It's been copyrighted several times. If you click on the QR code when I put it up for this book and you go to our website, you'll see her last video. It's an exclusive interview about her life. She's 80 years old now. She was born in 1944, and she's 80 years old, and she's still alive, and she's still talking and teaching. And I watched the interview, so she doesn't put up a whole bunch of energy toward the movement anymore, but as quiet as it kept, her essence, her presence is just a wonderful experience. Just watching her and her grace and how she got through so much depression, oppression, and suppression, and how she fought in the political movement. So this is a wonderful book. Let's go ahead and put the QR code up for that and keep it moving. We want to keep you about an hour today. Here's the QR code for this book. It's $17.99, but you'll get 15% off at the shopping. When you shop in the shopping cart, you can put that code in and get 15% off, $3.99 flat shipping, and a free bookmark. All right, we'll leave that up for a few more minutes, and then we're going to move on to our next book. If you are just tuning in, welcome to Detroit Book City's pre-holiday book sale. We are now a social commerce platform, along with a travel pop-up store, bringing you books, bringing books to the neighborhood. But now, during the winter months, bringing it to you in your home, your car, or at work. Put your name in the chat if you are chimed in with us today. You can always watch this as a repeat, as a replay, and shop with us online. We appreciate all the support. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next. Oh, wait. I didn't get to show you guys the good stuff, did I? I always got some pictures to show you. I apologize. I was just trying to get through time here, but here's some wonderful pictures of I'm sorry, Alice Walker. I apologize. Put this off the screen. When she first started writing, and as she progressed through her movements of writing, these are wonderful pictures of her. This is during her active political career. And of course, everybody knows how she really got famous. Mainstream was through Color Purple, right? Written in 1982. I was in high school, 10th grade, when that movie came out. It was pretty entertaining, but that's when we really watched Roots a few years before that. So we were being introduced to our culture, our history of being slaves, as a movie, as a visionary right in front of you. I mean, just you could not dismiss what you were learning. It was right there in front of you, face value. That's what I want to say. And this is Alice today. She is the author of 7 novels, 3 collections of short stories, 3 collections of essays, 7 volumes of poetry, and several children's books. Like I said, her Color Purple novel both won the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award, and her work has translated into more than 24 languages. She was born in Georgia, and she lives in Northern California, and today she's 80 years old. Long live Alice. We appreciate you, and we love you. All right, let's keep moving. Our next book is Black American Refugee. This is an interesting book, especially with what we're going through as a country right now. It's so timely that I had to pull this one out of the stock. Mind you, we have a storage cage full of books, so we plan to keep this platform going every Saturday to introduce you guys to books. Since the winter months are here and we can't be outside to stop you in your walk trail. But this book was published in 2022. It was put together in 2020 by a woman named Tiffany Drayton. And Tiffany is a mother, world traveler, journalist whose work has been featured in the New York Times, Marie Claire, Playboy, Salon, and Complex, and on Yahoo. She's published 2 nonfiction young adult books, Developing Political Leadership Skills and Coping with Gun Violence. And she grew up in the United States, but she's from Tobago. Interesting story about her because when she was a little girl, like age 4, I believe, her mom moved her to the U.S. to pursue economic opportunities. Um, and she grew up here, early 90s, in New Jersey. Her mom was a domestic worker, and her mom moved here to get a shot at the American dream. How about that? At last, she was here in the U.S. chasing down the American dream. Moved her kids out to the suburb, and that's where Tiffany had her rude awakening. So this book takes place in 1994, was written in 2020, published in 2022. It's a potent memoir that deeply explores the intersection of personal experiences and the broader cultural and historical ramifications of American racism. It reflects on global white supremacy, centering Black womanhood, illuminating the toll of a lifetime of racism that one can take. Tiffany came to terms after living here all those years. She came to terms with the way in which the systematic racism thing keeps the American dream inaccessible to Black people overall. I mean, I guess the question is, must Black people search beyond the shores of the land of the free to realize emancipation? That's a really good question, especially during this time, 2024. This is what, November the 8th, 9th, 2024. And the question is, I want you to question this to yourself. Must Black people search beyond the shores of the land of the free to realize emancipation? Deep. Great book for young millennials. Young millennials who are dealing with racism in the workplace, and just all over. It's a great story. It's a story, even though it's a memoir. It's a story to me. This is a picture of her, Tiffany, and it talks about a little bit more up here, so you can always watch the replay. And if you hit the QR code, once we put it on the screen and go to the website, you'll get the full description of her book. But like I said, moved here age 4 with her mom, grandmother, 2 siblings. She learned to pledge the allegiance to the American flag. She worked hard to get good grades, excelled at tennis and soccer, did everything she was told to do to make it in America. And still, she soon began to realize that no matter how hard she tried, there was always an unseen force that could snatch her joy and success at any given moment. And she got exhausted. Like we're all exhausted, right? Let's be honest. But the thing is, her roots are from another country where now she's living and she's got more freedom, and her kids are not being looked at by police or other cultures as what do you call it? Not subordinate, unequal. Just I can't even get the word out. I'm just tongue twisted here. But anywho, this is a great book for young women. It's a hardcover. If you have a friend that's an immigrant that's living here now and probably about to go through a change, fortunately, where we vote, this is America. Wonderful book to read right now. So if you need a good fireplace book, check out Black American Refugee. I'm going to go ahead and put the QR code up. I think we talked enough about that. Here is the QR code to purchase this. This book is $26. It's 15% off at the checkout. Just scan the QR code right here, and it's $3.99 flat shipping. Wonderful book for a colleague who doesn't understand the struggles that Black people go through. It's a great book for them. I hope the anti-racism movement is still alive, despite, the day and era that we're in right now. So this is a wonderful book, a cool book, as a Christmas gift. All right, let's keep moving. If you're just tuning in, please let us know. Good morning, Kay Nails. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. We're showing some of our top Christmas books picks for African American books. And you can always watch the replay if you just chimed in with us. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for letting us know you're here. Where are you from? All right, let's go to our next book here. Bear with me as I learn my new program here. We'll take that off the screen. And we learned about Tiffany. All right, let's get into some good news, some fun stuff. Let's talk about The King of Kindergarten. This is one of our top sellers. We've sold so many books. The King of Kindergarten is a great book for your 4 to 6 year olds. Say 4 to 8 because some children are not reading at the grade level that they're in, and it's okay. And some kids have autism and just some other disabilities. So we don't limit the age on this book. Even adults can read it. We had many people come into our store when it was a retail and they bought adult books. They bought children's books. And I would ask them, who is this for, your niece, your child? And they would say, no, it's for me. Hey, picture books are for everyone. So this is a book about a confident little boy who takes pride in his first day in kindergarten. He said kindergarten is a big milestone, and the hero in this story is ready to make his mark. He's dressed himself, he's eating a pile of pancakes, and can't wait to be a part of a whole new kingdom of kids. The day will be jam-packed, but he's up to the challenge, taking new experiences in stride with his enthusiasm. This book is $17.99. It was published in 2019 by the wonderful Derek Barnes and Vanessa Brantley Newton. They have some wonderful books on the market. You need to look them up if you want to build up your home library for the children with good books. Look up Derek Barnes books and Vanessa Brantley Newton. They have some wonderful books on the market. Let's look at some of the illustration on the inside. This is him waking up. Yay, Mom, it's time for the go to school. It's the first day. Let's go. He's all excited. That's his little 3-year-old little brother. More excited than he is, right? How exciting. Next page. Here's another wonderful illustrated page. At their recess, the teachers out there being active. It's important that teachers be active with their kids. Don't sit there and just push the paper. Show them that you have movement. Get involved with them. It motivates them. You are their biggest, when you go to kindergarten, because I can remember going to kindergarten, that's the biggest moment for you. Kindergarten, your teacher. Redford. Okay, you're from Redford. Awesome. So your biggest cheerleader is your teacher. Here's another great book picture of inside the book. And this is them at snack time. As you can see, it's culturally diverse, like the world. It's a very positive, uplifting book. I love this book, and we've, like I said, sold many of them. So, The King of Kindergarten, let's put the QR code up if you want to get this, grandparents, for your babies, your grandchildren, your great-grandkids. Wonderful Christmas gift idea. You do get the free bookmark with it. And I was just told that we're going to also include a free sports bag. It's like a little backpack with Detroit Book City on it. So anybody that buy this book today will get the free bookmark, the book, and the backpack. It comes with it as well. Have to buy this book this week, though, so the QR code is right there. If you can't get it today, that's okay. Just watch the replay, or you can just go to DetroitBookCityShop.com and put the discount code in, which is book 15. I think I should put that on the screen right quick. Let's put our let's show that. Okay, I'll put that across the screen so you can see it. So 15% off today's titles through this Friday. You go to DetroitBookCityShop.com and the code is book 15 to get 15% off. All right. I am going to take the QR code off. We would be remiss if we didn't show you Queen of Kindergarten. This is our next title, Queen of Kindergarten. We're going to be wrapping up in a minute. I think we have 3 more books to show you, and we're going to wrap this up. Queen of Kindergarten is a wonderful book for the girl kindergartner, right? She's a confident little Black girl who has a fantastic first day of school and is the companion to King of Kindergarten. MJ is more ready for her first day of kindergarten with her hair freshly braided, her mom's specialty tiara on her head, and she knows she's going to rock kindergarten. But the tiara isn't just for show. It's also to remind her of all the good things she brings to the classroom. Stuff like her kindness, her friendliness, and her impressive soccer skills. Let's take a look at the book. Here's a peek at the inside. This book is $17.99 as well, 15% off at checkout. If you go to our website and purchase the book, you're going to watch a storytelling session of this book, and you'll learn a little bit more about the authors, Derek Barnes and Vanessa Brantley Newton. This was her getting ready for her first day. How exciting. She's in the mirror after she washes up and put her outfit on, and she tells her mom she's so excited, just like kindergarten. Here's another beautifully graphic book showing this purpose of family. You know, it's just priceless when you see pictures like this. Mom and dad in the picture, both of them getting the kids ready, and there's a little brother saying bye, have a good day. How fun is kindergarten? How fun is kindergarten? I remember kindergarten. My mom lived on the east side of Detroit, and our school was right across the street from our home. And my mom took me to kindergarten. My two sisters were already there ahead of me. And she took me in that classroom, and I saw all the stove, all the appliances, the little kitty stove, refrigerator, and toys. And I got excited, and I ran over to them, and I looked back to go tell my mom, "Hey, mom, look! Oh my God, look at all!" And she was gone. I was like, "Oh gosh, where's my mom?" Oh, but I tell you, that experience at kindergarten was wonderful. I just turned back around and went to play with the toys. So, this is an exciting book for 3 to 5 year olds, 3 to 6 year olds, whoever wants to read it. All right, so let's put the QR code up for Queen of Kindergarten. Here's the QR code. Like I said, it's $18.99. I apologize. I said $17.99, but it's $18.99 and 15% off today through Friday. So if you can't buy it today, don't worry. Get it by the end of the week, and it's 15% off. Support local, support small, support Detroit Book City. Support our store, guys. We got to keep our store alive. We're the ones going to show you these books that you need to have in your household. We're have a vested interest and a humble spirit about making sure that every Black household has a library. You know, that's what inspired me to do this business, because when I was younger, I had a home library, and I still have a home library. I won't show you guys. It's crazy how many books I have, but it gives me a sense of wholesome, you know, just makes you feel whole. Books are knowledge. Knowledge is power, right? No matter what you're going through, no matter what storm you're going through, you can pick up a book and get through anything. Trust me, I'm 58 years old. You can get through anything through a book. There are so many solutions in the book. The media is good. Internet is good for business. But if you want to get personal, you got to get into a book. Thanks for tuning in. Who's tuning in? Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next book. We'll take off the QR code, and we're going to keep going. All right. With me? Okay. All right. Our next book. Let's keep it going with the kid world. We're in kid world right now. We're lightening up this thing. Santa in the City. How many people heard of this book? This is such an underrepresented book. When I first discovered it, I could not believe how beautifully illustrated it is. The storyline is just so inspiring. You know, and this is for kids in the hood or in the neighborhood who wonder, is there a Santa? It just brings light to them. I remember, you know, we often go back as kids and think about that Santa that Christmas where we first really identified Christmas, like 4 or 5. You know, it really made sense to us. Well, this is that type of book. It's a holiday gift readers will treasure for years to come, and I think adults will love it as well. It's 2 weeks before Christmas, and Deja is worried that Santa might not be able to visit her after all. And as a kid, a city kid, she doesn't have a chimney for him to come down, and none of the parking spots on her block could fit a sleigh, let alone 8 reindeers. But with a little help from her family, community, and Santa himself, Deja discovers that Christmas spirit is alive and well in her city. 32 pages. It was published in 2021, and it's just a wonderful book. Let's take a look inside. Here is one of the pages. Not everyone believes in Santa like Deja does. Look at the city behind them. Pictures and images that our kids can relate to. You got the braids, you got the high top fade with the tall hair. Snow. We're in Michigan, so we're used to snow, right? Just wonderfully illustrated. And it's illustrated by Reggie Brown. Here's another wonderful picture. Just when she thinks she might stop believing, her mom said. You remember that? People in school, you got there, you were in kindergarten, you get the first grade, and they bust your bubble and tell you Santa don't exist. So she's going back and forth like, should I believe it? What's going on here? There's the final page. Her mom shows her that the night of magic Christmas of her mom shows her that the magic of Christmas is all around her. Just wonderful Christmas book. This is something you can curl up near the fireplace or in your child's bed at night with her. This is a great bedtime story the day before Christmas. Make sure you grab this copy. We have 25 of these books being delivered today. So we have plenty of stock. If you want to buy them in bulk, we do bulk orders too, at a discount. If you want to give them out if you're a nonprofit group or a youth organization and you want to get this book out to kids in your network, feel free to touch base with us. You can email me at Janice at Detroit Book City or call us at 248-993-3844. And reach out to us so we can get these in bulk at a discount for you. But this is a magical story about the wonder of Christmas and never being too old to believe. Just a wonderful book, so underrepresented. And I want to make sure that we let our community know about this wonderful book about Christmas. You can't get no better than this, guys. So let's put the QR code up. All right, here's the QR code. It's $17.99, 15% off at the checkout. If you're tuning in, please let us know where you are. Put your name in the chat. Let us know where you are. And please feel free to share this. Please share this. Please share this around. Push it around for us, guys. Help us keep Detroit Book City alive during the winter months. And we promise we'll bring you some relevant, timely books that you should have in your home on your bookshelf. So here's the QR code. Go ahead and quickly scan that or go to our website, DetroitBookCityShop.com, and look at it later and put it in your budget to get this one. The discount is good through next Friday. All right. Let's take this off. And let's go to our next book. African Proverbs for All Ages. Absolutely love this book. Absolutely love it. It's a beautifully illustrated, engaging picture book about the power of proverbs, how they evolve over time, and the wisdom of various cultures in Africa. It's been said that a proverb is a short sentence based on long experiences. I'm going to grab that book right quick because I have it behind me. We're getting to the end now. I think we have one more book after this. So we're wrapping it up. This is our second to the last book. And it's a wonderful hardcover book written by the Johnetta B. Cole. I'm sure you guys know who she is. Was president of Spelman and other great things. We'll talk about her real shortly, though. But whether you are young or old, Proverbs can open your mind to a whole new way of seeing the world. Proverbs unveil complex notions about life, relationships, identity, society, and the human condition. So this book is for all ages. It's not just for kids. And if you go to our website, once I put the QR code up, there is a story time session about the book. A woman is reading it. And it's just a wonderful book. It is. It's one of those cool ones for Christmas gifts. But I'm going to flip to this page right quick and read this African proverb to you. Bear with me as I open up the page real quick, because we hear these proverbs every day, and a lot of times we don't know where they come from. People perish from lack of knowledge, right? But you don't have to perish because you have access to books right through Detroit Book City. But in this picture, it says, when the leg does not walk, the stomach does not eat. Love it. That's a good one for the teenagers, right? Or the young adults that's at home not doing anything. You let them know, when the leg does not walk, the stomach does not eat. And what are those people doing? This book is designed to expand your imagination, okay? They want you to engage in the visual sensibilities. There are multiple ways that children can learn. And learning by African proverbs is a good way to make them think deeper, right? The other page right here, it says, a clear conscience makes a soft pillow. Down here it says, at the bottom it says, only once you have carried your own water will you learn the value of every drop. These are life phrases, aren't they? Like I said, they reflect on life. They reflect on complex notions like relationships and identity, society, human condition. That's what I like about this book. You can say a few words to somebody and say a whole experience. Tell them a whole experience. You can say a few words and share a whole experience. This is another page I thought was interesting. Let me flip it in the book. Let's get this off the screen. I'm going to hide the scroller right quick because I want you guys to see the bottom. What page is that? Let's see. I'm flipping through the pages. This is our final two books. And I will let you guys go, but I hope you guys revisit this live and shop books with us today. Get the free bookmarks, and if you buy a children's book, you get the free sport bag with it. It's like a little backpack with a drawstring, and it has Detroit Book City on the front. And of course, you'll get the free bookmark. I'm looking for this page. If I would like to read this African proverb. A lot of times we say it and don't even realize where it comes from. But if you want to create an African proverb library for yourself, this is the book. I mean, these quotes, these phrases, they could be put into picture frames and sold, So this page at the top left, it says, tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. I mean, just look at the picture and listen to me read that. Tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. Make kids think, make kids get deep into their imagination and realize that these are phrases about life. At the bottom to the right, it says, it is not what you call me, but what I answer to that matters. Oh, I love that. It is not what you call me, but what I answer to that matters. I like that. Powerful. And then we have one more page, which is a beautiful page. Look at the graphics. Isn't that? It's just coming off the page. It's just absolutely stunning. And the graphics were illustrated by Nita Latit. So this book is just drawn from wisdom, from the diverse cultures from Africa. Stunningly illustrated. And it represents proverbs that reflects on relationships, identity, society, and human conditions. Let's go ahead and put the QR code up for this one. I think I said enough. It's kind of selling itself. Great book. Wonderful book. And it sells for $19.99, 15% off at the checkout. It's 40 pages. I say it's for all ages, but if you really want to get with the kids, from 4 to 8-year-olds, get them started. And it's wonderful. And it was written or published in 2021. Wonderful book. So here's the QR code. Feel free to scan that. Or here's our website again. You can go to the website and buy the book direct and get your 15% off. Offer is good till Friday, November 15th. All right. This is a wonderful session. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you're not tuning in live, thank you for watching the replay. We appreciate you supporting Detroit Book City all year round. On December 2nd, we will be in our 7th year, going into our 8th year in business. And we've taken many shifts to stay in business because that's what you have to do. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, so I know you have to shift with the tide. And our goal is to make sure we keep you connected to African American, or should I say Black books. Okay? And that's now, I think we're going to be going to our last book now. This is our final book. I believe this is our final book. Uncomfortable Conversations with the Black Man. Boy, are we having some uncomfortable conversations right now, aren't we? Let's be honest. Let's keep it real. What's happening? This is our final book for today that we highly recommend as a holiday gift. You work in corporate, you're working for a nonprofit, if you're working in the school systems, if you're working for with a anti-racist group or you're part of a book club, this is a great gift to give to someone who does not understand how racism impacts us as Black people. This book was written by the one and only Emmanuel Acho. Acho? Is that the way you pronounce it? Acho. He grew up in Dallas. He's a Nigerian immigrant. And he was drafted into the NFL back in 2012. So he's a football player. He played with the Cleveland Browns. But I'll talk about him a little bit more. Let me get this off the screen. I'm sorry. Let's get that off the screen. And let's talk about the book, and I'll get into more about him. But it was written in 2020. It's 256 pages. And it's racism studies. It's an essential guide to the truths Americans need to know to address the systemic racism. Acho takes on all questions, large and small, insensitive, taboo. Many white Americans are afraid to ask, yet which all Americans need to answer to, now more than ever. I'm sorry, I was multitasking here trying to make sure the screen doesn't cut off. Bear with me, please. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. He only asks for the reader's curiosity, but along the way, he will galvanize all of us to join the anti-racist fight. So this is a great nonfiction book, a cool pick for an adult who doesn't understand what it feels like to be gosh, I'm at the end of my rope here, and I've been talking all day. Let's move on. Let's just move on. This is Emmanuel Acho, Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. This book for me, I put together. Let me put myself on screen right quick because I'm sitting here flipping through the book. And there was a part in here that this is how uncomfortable it is. I'm just trying to be careful with my words. That's why I'm stuttering or I'm falling short here, is because it's an uncomfortable conversation when he talks about racism, and you're trying to be one of grace and equality, because I have friends of all nationalities. So I would never want to come across and insult anyone's character on anything that I say over this microphone and our live sale. So that's why I'm stuttering with this book, because it's really a deep book. And I like it because this young man has reached the pinnacle of his success and played at a NFL level in football and met all kinds of people across the board. And when he grew up here in the United States, he's a Nigerian. He went to an all-white school as a younger person. I say middle school, high school. He went to a school where there was primarily Caucasian people. And he struggled with his identity for a minute. But then he educated himself, and he learned how to connect with other cultures and talk about how uncomfortable it is when they said certain things to him, like called him the N-word or told him, hey, you don't talk like you talk like a white person, or called him Oreo. So he had to find a way to be comfortable with letting other cultures know that there's some things you cannot do or say to us and it won't be offensive. So there's a chapter in this book, chapter 11, it's called Picking Up the Pieces. And it's the Black family struggle. And this is the section that I thought was the most interesting part of the book. So it is a 256 pager that talks about the Black family and how we're picturized in society. It's about maybe 12, 13 pages, but it's really touched my heart. And so I'm not going to get into it because I can't spoil it for you. But this book is a great gift for people around you who are of a different culture or background, who's trying to understand how Black people are depicted in the media or stereotyped, and how you can get around those conversations. That's what it is. It's a really good book to help you have conversations with other people that are appropriate, um, and it help you that are compassionate, and it'll help you galvanize um, all of us to join the anti-racist fight. I'll just leave it like that. 256 pages. It was a instant New York bestsellers in 2020. Was it 2020? Let me see. Yeah, in 2020. And I highly recommend it for young men, young Black men who work in corporate, some of the corporations. It is an excellent tool to help you have a conversation and not offend anyone. Okay, because it is what it is. But these are two quotes that I grabbed from the book just to give you a little sneak peek in the inside, because it's all, of course, text. But the first one, it says, a white privilege is about the word white, not rich. It's having advantage built into your life. It's not saying your life hasn't been hard. It's saying your skin color hasn't contributed to the difficulty in your life. Let that ponder. Let that ponder. And then this quote over here, what I'm saying is that a white person's skin color isn't the thing contributing to holding them back. And that for all Black people, their skin color contributes to what's hard about their lives, no matter what other privileges they might enjoy. So I like how factual he is in this book. He doesn't hold back, but he has class with it because he's talking truth. When you talk truth, it doesn't have to come out rude. It can come out factual. And that's what I like about this book, The Uncomfortable Conversation for a Black Man. College students, if you have a relative that plays in the NFL, just a good book for the Black man. It's a good book for the Black man or anybody else who wants to have a conversation with it. Okay, so it can be sold across all genres of people. Great Christmas gift idea. I hope you guys enjoyed this pre-holiday book sale. 15% off coupon is book 15. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. And here's a sneak peek of everything we had for sale today. This is everything. So we got the Green Book. We got It Was All a Dream, Biggie Biggie. We have Alice Walker, In Search of Our Mother's Garden, 1960s to 1980s. Nostalgic book. We got Black American Refugee. That's the woman Tiffany, who is come from Tobago as a kid, lived in America, saw all America racism situations, and took her tail back over to Tobago to live with her kids. Uncomfortable Black Man, we just showed that. King of Kindergarten, Queen of Kindergarten, Santa and the City, and African Proverbs. All of these titles are 15% off through next Friday, November the 15th. Just use the code BOOK15 and you'll get your discount. And that concludes our sale for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We enjoyed you. We apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning of our sales session, but we worked it out. If you haven't please be sure to do that. I'll put the information on the screen right now. Where is it? Right here. Get your tickets. They're free at Eventbrite. I think there's a QR code right here on the flyer as well. Let's take off the caption so you can read it. We have over 40 African-American authors that will be selling their books, children and adult. This is a one-day event. Black books are trending. Our stories are being told every day, either as romance, history, self-help, memoirs, children's books. But although we see more on the market, we still have to support and buy them. Our books have always been unrepresented, but we have to make sure that they stay alive, and we have to amplify the Black voice. So this event is a neighborhood event. It's in Highland Park. We're excited. I think we have 356 people already registered to come. It's cultural, it's festive, it reminds people of the importance of reading. So we encourage you to bring the children because Santa will be there. And Santa's going to be taking pictures with the kids, and he's going to be giving away that Santa in the City book to the first 20 kids that show up at the event. So we hope you guys come out and support the Black authors in the neighborhood, meet them face to face. We want to get the Black family excited again about reading, the physical book. What better way to do it than provide a platform that allows them to meet Black authors right in their neighborhood? And we have lots of people coming in from out of town, several authors coming in from out of town. So be sure to visit our Facebook page so you can see the author showcase. And come out and get and shop and support the Black writers in the neighborhood and get their autographed books. It's a priceless experience. Until next Saturday, we'll be back with 9 to 10 more books. Peace, love, and joy. Have a great Saturday. Happy fall.